Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? This chapter right here, finally ends it all. I wish it could have been a little bit better in the end, but I guess I'll take what I can get. I guess Oda has his own ways to want to do things. I don't know what he's planning to do, but we'll have to find out. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We had to it that someone's making a song, which I thought it might be pretty cool. And then someone's making a narration about the stories about the red scabbards and all that, Eventually, we had to it that we get to know that Yamato is staying, which really sucks, but she's always been an Kozuki Oden fangirl, fanboy whatsoever, and it really hurts, because I really wanted her to join the Straw Hat crew. She actually had a nice big impact on me, and I liked her very much, or I liked him very much, however you want to put it. However, Kinemon and Momonosuke were actually pretty surprised to see that she's decided to stay, saying that she wants to start with the tour of Wano, Eventually, she wants to find out what kind of steps he did so he could go out eventually, And we had to it that Momonosuke is upset about this to see how Luffy would just leave him like that, and when it comes to Luffy and everyone else, Luffy and Momonosuke, they started off pretty rough from the very beginning, and then they eventually grow to be fun with each other eventually, And we have to it that freaking Luffy is really upset that he would do this to him, and then Kinemon wants to cut him open, for but leaving them, We had to it Trafalgar Law warns Luffy and his friends, which Luffy's like, okay, I'll see you later, etc. But we have to it that Momonosuke comes out to Luffy and the others, and then we have to it that that Momonosuke is really angry at Luffy, and Kinemon's like, hey, what's the deal, huh? You really ticked us off right now, huh? Why'd you do that and leave us like that without saying goodbye? However, Luffy's like, hey, we're meeting right now, what's up? And we had to it Momonosuke and really just doesn't want Luffy to go, because, we all know Momonosuke had a nice bond with Luffy. He's the one that actually was able to, allow him to get to Wano, survive, and then the reason he could start laughing again, and that he avenged his mother and father, and that he's just doesn't know what to do next, that kind of thing, and etc. Pretty much Momonosuke is asking Luffy not to go yet, because he really wants to spend a little bit more time with him, etc., and learn some stuff. However, we have to it, Luffy tells Usopp to give him his flag and passes it on to Momo, well, a giant Straw Hat flag, He ends up saying, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I actually wanted to give you this for a while. I know you've gotten bigger, but inside you're just a weak, smart idiot, However, I still think of you as a sibling or a little brother. So I'm going to tell you this. When things are so tough, you look at this flag and remember all the journeys you've been through. And if anyone would dare try to hurt you, you let them know that they're gonna be hurting us too. So if anything else, and that means Momonosuke is happy about this and says thank you so much for everything, etc. And we had to it, Luffy says, hey, if you ever want to become pirates, I'll pick you guys up right away. However, I don't have any weaklings on board. So we all know how Luffy is. Although he has a couple weaklings on board, but they're pretty useful in the end. I mean, if you think about it. Nami, Usopp, Chopper, I mean, you can name those three as kind of the weak trio, but they seem to grow stronger eventually, And we have to it, Luffy therefore tells Yamato, hey, take care of him, alright? And Yamato's like, yeah, you got it, And we have to it that they finally set sail, say their goodbyes, etc. And then, Momonosuke tells Kinemon, watch me. I shall surpass Kozuki Oden someday in the future. And Kinemon's like, yeah, for sure. I'll be sure to stay by your side by then. And then Yamato's like, hey, you're talking about me? And they go, no, you fool. And we have to it, everybody's getting ready to set off to sail, and that freaking Eustace kid ends up having to provoke Luffy and Law, saying that, hey, you guys should use the main port. It's safe and sound that way after all. Ha ha ha, This actually ticked out Luffy and Law, which I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know why Kid loves to be a provocation kind of guy, but I like him, Eventually, we have two that they end up going off the waterfall and they end up getting ready for their new adventure, Then we see a big narration starting to go off, about how Momonosuke and Kinemon managed to, get some outlaws to help them out, As for Kid and Luffy getting ready for their next adventure along with Law, we have to it that like the guy makes a narration about how Hiyori sees Orochi being cut down, you know, and that like he makes a big narration, you know, which I'm not going to talk about here because it's about like how Denjiro comes in, saves Hiyori, and then like eventually like Hiyori ends up calling like Kurozomi like means charcoal, and they were born to burn, you know, that kind of thing, etc. Which I thought was pretty cool and cute in a certain way, but whatever the case may be, you know. And eventually, we see Hiyori and like little Otama, little like her little subordinate, or should I say best friend, comes by and plays the music, and you know, and then everybody, we see the 9 red scabbards, you know, whatever's left remaining, Shinobu, Yamato, and everyone else kneeling down and getting ready to like continue their journey, you know. Yamato, Kidamon standing side by side with Momonosuke, and they end up getting ready to put up their flag, and then the final curtain finally closes, you know, and it says, "Till we meet again, farewell." Final curtain, and the chapter ends off there. So, finally, now I think I can finally talk to you guys about my overall thoughts about the entirety of Wano. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, like, there were a couple problems, you know. I did not like the time fruit kind of thing, etc. And I thought that was pretty, like, upsetting in a certain way, because I wish it could, I don't know, maybe because, like, I don't like time manipulation techniques unless, like, unless it's really, like, very talkative about it, you know. I guess it depends on the situation. I mean, like, having to be pushed all the way 20 years into the future, I guess that's pretty cool. But when you're trying to go back in time, you know, that's a different story. I'm glad that it's not like something about going back in time, you know. So that's another thing. Devil Fruit Awakenings. We get to know how Devil Fruit Awakenings work, you know. Although, like, I do feel a little conflicted about this, because sometimes I wonder if Law was able to Devil Fruit Awaken his ability, why didn't he do so a long time ago when he was on Punk Hazard and all that? You guys get the cue, right? You understand where I'm coming from? As for Kid, I don't know how he managed to awaken his Devil Fruit, you know. That's another thing. I wish there could have been more, like, in detail how they awakened the fruit, you know. Why did they use their awakening abilities now? You know, that kind of thing. That's the biggest question I've been trying to wonder about that myself. As for Luffy, you know, I mean, like, he's gotten stronger to a point that he's able to awaken his Devil Fruit, you know, and I thought it was pretty cool here and there. I mean, like, when it comes to his, like, the real name of the Gum Fruit, except it's called the Human Fruit, like, Sun God Nika, which I thought was pretty cool, you know. I mean, Nika has been, was mentioned about it in this arc of Wano, in the final battle of Wano, you know. However, I wish we could have dived into that a little bit more, because I feel like there was something like having to show up short term that makes it a little unsatisfying. As for Kaido and Big Mom, you know, I knew how strong. It's pretty cool to see how strong they are, except I wish the fight could have been a little bit more satisfying, or it kind of took so long to a point that it wasn't as satisfying. As for Kaido, not many people really like Kaido because he's just a guy like a bloodthirsty warmonger, you know. He wants to turn the world upside down, destroy it, and he was actually a powerful subordinate to a kingdom until they sold him off, and that's why he wants to destroy the world, because like the world nobles are just a bunch of pieces of filthy maggots, which apparently, you know, the world nobles, I feel like they are somewhat of a central antagonizing group that's allowing all this to happen in the first place. I mean, like, the way how they are with their money and all that, you know, I mean, it's kind of screwed up of what they are, and I really hate them because, you know, they are the part of the reasons why, like, why Kaido and possibly Big Mom became pirates in the first place, and maybe with Shanks and Black and Whitebeard, you know, that kind of thing. But anyways, many people, especially a friend of mine, say they wish Kaido could have more screen time, but they didn't like him that much compared to Big Mom. And when it comes to Big Mom, we all know that she was a monster. I mean, I think it's because she had more showtime or spotlight and more characterization that was shown. As for Kaido, he was just a simple, like, bloodthirsty warmonger that wants to die or something, you know. And the fact that he's been defeated by Luffy, he just wanted to find out if he was Joy Boy to defeat him, and he thinks that Luffy is finally Joy Boy, you know. And it could be very debatable about Kaido himself, you know. As for Big Mom and Kaido, I don't know if they're really dead. I mean, like, Oda doesn't really make very big confirmation on this, although I think he did make some confirmation about them. It's still, like, not 100%, like, there to be a little like accurate. Now the biggest question I've been wondering about: what about Big Mom's sons and daughters that journey with her to go after Luffy? That is another thing I've been trying to figure out too. I mean, Marco literally just knocked him out of the waterfall. Asked for Marco, what's he doing right now? You know, that kind of thing, etc. You guys know what I'm getting at here, right? You know, etc. I'm kind of like in the blues about what happened with Big Mom's children. Peril's Peril, what happened to him? I mean, I know he got killed. I don't know if he's killed or not, and so forth. As for Hawkins and Drake, what about those two? X-Drake and Hawkins. I mean, like, I think Hawkins might be dead, but we don't really know. Oda does not really make good confirmation with these things when they count. Unless he wants to say it's already obvious from the get-go, he still doesn't make good confirmation. That's the one thing I don't like about Oda when it comes to, like, certain characters, you know? We don't really know if they're really dead or not until they're 100% confirmed. Like, think about with Ashura, and then, like, with Izo, you know? That kind of thing. They got killed because, you know, by CP0, and then, like, freaking fake Kozuki Odin by Kanjuro blowing Ashura up when he was injured and so forth. You guys get the cue. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and so forth. As for Kinemon, I don't know how he survived. He should have been one of the biggest casualties in this war arc, but I guess it's maybe because he can't die yet, or Oda decides not to kill him off yet. I don't know what the deal is, but all I know is there were a couple scabbards lost and so forth, and etc. And, you know, you guys get the cue. So yeah, as much as I like the battles and fights in Wano, you know, etc., with the Haki and Devil Fruit Awakenings, I wish it could have been a little bit more better, you know. As much as I like One Piece, you know, Oda does have like some problems in One Piece when it comes to like certain shortcomings or just short spotlights of lore, you know. As much as there are certain lore that's been built up from the beginning, you know. I mean, when it comes to the Devil Fruit Awakening, sometimes I wonder how does that work. I mean, it was confirmed that like Devil Fruit Awakening's work happened when you like manage to catch up with your strength or the Devil Fruit's strength, you know. And as for Haki, I thought the Haki improvement with Luffy and Wano, just like in big Whole Cake Island arc in the Wano arc, was pretty cool, you know, except when it comes to how Shoku no Haki, I mean, we get to know how powerful that is as well, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I thought it was a nice way to see like some better advancements of the Bushoshoku Haki. I mean, like I knew for the fact there had to be some advancement in there. I mean, like the way how you could like not touch your opponent and still do damage to them and damage them from the inside, I thought was pretty cool and awesome, you know, that kind of thing. And as for Kaido's subordinates and underlings, what happened with them, you know? Like I said, there's a lot of things that Oda does not really make big confirmation on, you know, until later, or he doesn't do so at all. I mean, like, as much, like I said and repeating myself, as much as I love Oda's One Piece, you know, etc. here and there were some things that I wish he could at least evaluate a little bit more of what happened to many people, you know? I mean, like I said, Big Mom's children, did they drown after they got knocked off a second time? What happened to Peril's Peril after he's been defeated by Nekomamushi, you know? And as for Kaido's subordinates, you know, I think they are killed. We don't really know. I mean, like, Mr. Green Bull or Admiral Green Bull literally just sucked the living liquids out of them, and then etc. and so forth, you know? That kind of thing. And like I said, is Big Mom and Kaido really, really dead? I mean, like, they might have been in the lava pool, underground, underwater, and so forth. However, they are still pretty much monsters. I mean, like, we don't really know. I mean, like I said, Oda doesn't make very good confirmation 100% until he says that they are dead. They're truly dead. Many people believe they might still be alive, you know, which could be a possibility. I mean, like, if they are alive, I expect them to be heavily damaged right now and unable to possibly fight at 100% anymore, but yeah. As for Buggy, you know, I really wish, I don't know what kind of connections he has, you know, to make him an emperor, which I kind of find annoying. A lot of people made a lot of freaking jokes that Buggy will be an emperor, and guess what? He did. I guess the connections he has with Crocodile, Mihawk, and so forth, and what he's doing is what makes him a little dangerous, I guess. But I still am having big conflicts about this, about how strong Buggy is. I mean, he has connections. He's connected to Mihawk and Crocodile in terms of the freaking guild, you know. Thought it was pretty cool, but whatever. As for Shanks, I'm looking forward to see what kind of impact he's going to be doing too. However, Oda did say that he's gonna start the final arc very soon, or final saga very soon, which I don't really know like how that's gonna play out. There might be only a couple more years before One Piece is over, but I still hope it won't end anytime soon, because there's a lot of things needs to be answered, and a lot of questions that needs to be like confirmed. You know, a lot of things needs to be confirmed. I mean, like this chapter just ends. Just possibly ended Wano, and then now I believe next week we go start the new arc or new saga of what's to come. So I'm looking forward to see how that goes out. You know, so. Like I said, there were a lot of nice moments in Wano, and a lot of issues with Wano too. I mean, the Devil Fruit awakenings, as cool as they are, I wish it could have been evaluated a little bit more how or when Law and Kid awakened the Devil Fruits. You know, was it during the 2-year like time skip and so forth? If they did that, why didn't they awaken or showed off their fruits? When the awakened fruits when they had the chance, you know, that kind of thing. That is why I'm being very conflicted about this, you know. And as for Luffy's Devil Fruit awakening, I thought it was pretty cool, you know. I had a feeling when it comes to awakening for Luffy, I'm pretty sure a lot of us would have guessed that he could turn like inanimate objects into rubbery objects, and guess what? He can, you know. And he does a lot of crazy stuff, being cartoonish and all that, etc. You know. And him having like all advancements of hockeys, you know, is pretty cool. Now, I know I'm going to be a freaking salty a-hole about this, but I really wish Yamato could have joined the Straw Hats. I mean, like, she had a very big impact of helping Luffy and the others out to, like, against the war against Kaido, you know? It's kind of sad and a little annoying and upsetting that, like, that she did not join Luffy and his crew, because, one, I'm going to say it for sure, she's been stuck on that damn island for over 20 freaking years. She has to go out, man. But she goes like, oh, I want to take a tour with Wano, or Oda decides, nah, she's not going to join the Straw Hats because I say so. What the hell, man? As much as I love you, Oda, you really are sometimes jerky when it comes to these things. But I still love your series. There's still some couple issues and problems with it now and then, you know? I mean, like, anyone who's been watching anime and manga and been reading One Piece and watching One Piece for a long time, you'll get where I'm coming from. Even you can't really deny me on a lot of stuff like this from the very beginning. So, yeah, like I said, there were some things that I enjoyed in Wano, and there were some issues that I did not like in Wano, you know? I mean, like, Kanjuro is one of them. He overstayed his welcome. He's pretty much if you guys know what I'm talking about, even though he was a crazy supporting antagonist, you know, etc. As for Oda, I think there should have been more casualties in this war. I mean, like, Kinemon should have been one of the few, like, people who should have died. No offense. As much as I like Kinemon, he should have been one of the very few samurais that should have died. Maybe with Ashura and, like, Izo. I think it would have made a bigger impact, considering the fact that he took away too much damage from Kaido, you know? Even though he was passion healed up, the way how he managed to survive Kaido's Shoku no Haki imbued attack from his weapon, you know, we don't really know. Like I said, like, as much as I like Wano arc, there were a lot of issues with it, you know, time traveling, you know, what happened with Big Mom's children. As for the other Kaido subordinates, you know, did they really die after Green Bull, like, sucked the living liquids out of them? What the heck, you know, you guys get the cue. I mean, like, Green Bull, I thought he was one of the cool guys to be introduced in this arc, although I didn't expect him to be, like, an Akainu fanboy, which is kind of annoying, but whatever, you know. Hopefully, we get to see him more in action in the future. As for Sakazuki Akainu, Fleet Admiral Akainu, I'm looking forward to see that, what kind of impact he will have in the future as well. So, because you know how he is, you know, yeah. Anyways, like I said, and repeating myself over and over again, as annoying as I am, as much as I like Wano, there was a lot of couple issues with it, you know? I mean, like, even though I like One Piece, I know there's a lot of problems with it, But anyways, I'm looking forward to see how the next chapter will go. Will it start the new saga or the new final arc? We don't really know. But one thing for certain is that, like, it's gonna last a while, although I don't know how long of a while it will last. I mean, like, we do know that Oda wants to end One Piece in a couple of years, maybe three years, or maybe even less. But I really hope it doesn't come to that, because there's a lot of things that needs to be answered, and a lot of things that needs to be confirmed, and many other stuff to come after. I mean, you guys get the cue. I mean, Oda's been always, like, going out with this crazy lore thing in the lore of the One Piece world, as always, you know, etc. But he's been doing a lot of crazy good work, and I hope he can still keep up with it. I mean, like, he took a freaking big 1 month break to figure out what to do, so hopefully it'll go out well, you know? So, I guess I'm about done, you guys. I mean, like, if you liked Wano, I guess it's been a great time, but remember, when it comes to almost a lot of sagas or arcs in Wano, in One Piece, there's a lot of nice moments, but there'll also be a lot of issues too. Wano did suffer a lot of issues, and a lot of people did not like Wano because of how it went, how it should have been, how it could have been, how it, you know, that kind of thing. But I'll take what I can get. I mean, what do I think of Wano? I liked it, but it had a lot of issues with it, you know. I wish it could have been a little bit better if we dived in a little bit more into it and had more of a extended fight scenes with it now and then. But I guess that's just me being a pathetic like fanboy or something. But yeah. Anyways, looking forward to like the next chapter and the new arc or saga to come, you know? So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. And I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed the Wano art, but there were a lot of issues with it. So peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-da!